Please be seated. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic Education, Dr. Belio Kcse. The Principal Secretary, Department of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala. The Chairperson, Kenya National Examination Council, Professor Julius Nyabundi. Chairperson, Teacher Service Commission, Mr. Jamlek Muturi. The CEO, Kenya National Examination Council, Dr. David Njengere. The NEC Council members present. The senior government officials from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Interior, and all other government ministries present. Representatives of education-related unions and associations, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. For the first time in more than 30 years, I stand here today to speak about a secondary school subsector which henceforth faces a massive transformation arising from the first implementation of the competency-based education. I say this because the exit of the 2024 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination candidates from our high schools and absence of Form 1 class in 2025 now means that we have a trimmer senior school section of classes ranging from Form 2 to Form 4. In sync with these changes, our first cohort of CBE learners who joined grade 9 this year will be transitioning to grade 10 in 2026, calling for an urgent and formidable measure to ensure our senior schools are ready for the CBC pioneers. With the release of the 2024 Kcse results today, we have started a gradual phase-out of an examination that has been offered for 35 years, with the last one expected to be held in 2027. I therefore wish to immensely thank all our education sector stakeholders who have year after year put their best foot forward to ensure they adequately prepare our Kcse candidates to administer the annual examinations ever so successfully and smoothly. Today, we are releasing the 2024 Kcse examination results for the 962,512 candidates, all of whom we have cleared to join various higher learning institutions to pursue careers of their choice. For in our education system, we have created space for all our Kcse graduates, irrespective of their grades, in line with our government mantra of leaving no one behind. With immense gratitude, I register my appreciation to His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto for entrusting and fully supporting our team to implement critical reforms in the education sector. Given that the education sector impacts each household at an individual level, I have promised to meticulously lead the sector in the rollout of the reforms proposed under the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform with precision and success. I take this opportunity to thank all the sector players from the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, the Ministry of ICT, the Teacher Service Commission, and all other MDAs for their concerted efforts during the administration period of the 2024 Kcse examination. Further, I wish to thank all center managers, supervisors, and invigilators who participated in the conduct of the 2024 Kcse examination, and especially for upholding the integrity of our education system. Before I delve into the 2024 Kcse examination, pardon me to touch on a few other issues affecting the education sector. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year on Monday, January 6, 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of CBC. As a government, I am proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9. Thank you. I think I should take that again. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year that we started on Monday, the 6th of 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of the CBC. As a government, I'm proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9, the highest level of junior school. As we speak now, we have constructed 14,500 classrooms for our grade 9 learners, and we are set to achieve the target of 16,000 by the end of this month. This has been made possible by the government's generous disbursement of Kenya shillings 11 billion to schools across the country for the construction of 11,000 grade 9 classrooms. A further 6.8 billion was allocated to the National Government Constituency Development Bank Fund, being 3.4 billion from the Ministry of Education and 3.4 billion in matching funds from CDF for 6,800 classrooms. Further, the 18 constituencies in Nairobi have been allocated a total of 1 billion Kenya shillings for infrastructure development through the National Government Constituency Development Fund. I wish to most sincerely thank all our members of Parliament for their outstanding cooperation and efforts in the construction of the classrooms for junior school. Additionally, the Ministry will construct a further 7,290 classrooms to address the increased enrollment to ensure smooth transition for the cohort. The Ministry has also procured 9,926,618 textbooks for grade 9, which have been distributed to schools, with the exercise expected to be completed by the end of this month. I have directed the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development to work robustly and ensure that all required textbooks and other instruction materials are available for use by our learners. Having successfully transitioned to the highest level in junior school, our focus will now shift to starting off senior school in January 2026. Under the senior school, we are expected to mount 3 pathways for our learners. These are the STEM pathway, the social sciences pathway, and the arts and sports pathway. As part of our preparations, we have already worked on guidelines for the transition and placement of learners to grade 10. To ensure that all key players have taken part in the formulation of the guidelines, we will be subjecting the draft documents to a stakeholder validation exercise from February 2025. The Ministry of Education has noted with great concern a disturbing situation where some senior schools are returning to the banned practice of charging levies. I wish to put it on record that the government will not condone the practice and will take stern action against school administrators who are found to be levying extra charges on parents. I must emphasize that the fees charged in our secondary schools remain the same as was the case in 2024. As promised last week, the Ministry of Education is liaising with the National Treasury to ensure that 48 billion Kenya shillings capitation grants for our primary, junior and secondary schools levels for Term 1, 2025 are disbursed using the data captured under our National Education Management Information System. I wish to state that the government has kept enhancing measures aimed at ensuring high levels of efficiency and effectiveness in the administration of national examinations. Starting this year and following extensive stakeholder consultations, I wish to announce that Kenya National Examination Council will introduce a mid-year series of the Kcse examination to be administered in July every year. The examination will target candidates wishing to repeat the Kcse examination and those who may have missed sitting in examinations due to sickness or other unexpected hardships. Adult candidates may also consider registering for the July series examination from this year. As part of aligning our examination process with best global assessment practices, the Ministry is working on integrating the use of orbit readers and phase-out Braille machines in the administration of the Kcse examination to candidates with visual impairments. I now wish to provide an overview of the performance of the 2024 Kcse examination cohort. During the 2024 Kcse examination, a total of 962,512 candidates sat the examination compared to 899,453 candidates in 2023. This represents an increase of 64,553 candidates, or 7.19%. Out of the candidates who sat for the 2024 Kcse examinations, 480,310 were male, while 482,202 were female, representing a 49.9% and 50.1% respectively. This is the first time since inception of Kcse examination that female candidates are more than the male candidates. During the year 2024, the Kcse examination, 14 counties had a significant entry of more male than female candidates.